the things that scare us the most are often the biggest opportunities. And if we do not leverage those opportunities, very much like we're going to talk about in today's episode, where I did not want to leverage AI as an opportunity, unfortunately, and I don't want to be the guy to say this, you might end up being left behind, and I do not want that for you.
Humble curiosity and a deep, deep, deep passion to learn yourself, others in the world is critical. AI can help you learn so much in so much less time. It's an absolute game changer.
Next Level Nation, today for episode number 2077, AI can help you get to the next level. I had a moment where I was thinking to myself, we're not going to talk at all about how AI is going to make you, it's going to allow you to be lazier. So if you think that's what this episode is about, hang out, because that's not where we're going. It's not how to achieve more in less time. It's not that. Alan logged on today, and I was like, dude, I am so deep in ChatGPT right now. So I bought a new car. My car is an electric vehicle. I thought electric was way cheaper than it is. So when I saw that, I was like, I'm only going to be saving like $40 a month in gas. Fuck that. I got to figure out a way to save more. How do I save more? Nice. So I went into ChatGPT and I said, on a 30,000 mile over the course of 3 years, please give me all the numbers on how I can save as much money humanly possible between fast charging and long form charging, blah, 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 blah. And it gave me this beautiful breakdown. And I essentially went from being able to save like 20 to 30 bucks a month to anywhere from 60 to 80 bucks a month. That would not be possible for me unless I went and learned a ton about math and or just said, all right, I'm going to sit here for the next 4 hours and I'm going to crunch. All right, it's $4.25 per gallon for premium. My tank was this size. I was driving this amount. This is the mileage I was getting. All right, cool. And let me try to figure out kilowatt per hour. There's no way. I would have called it quits and then said, yeah, I'm saving some money. Pretty good. But now I have a plan of attack and I have a ton of certainty and I feel really good. And that is because of AI. I know AI gets villainized. I think everything gets villainized because there are downsides to everything. But if you are closed off to AI, you are closed off to a shitload of growth and so much opportunity. And I do not want that to happen to you.
Our furnace went down 3 weeks ago, and I spent my life studying computers, computer engineering, business, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, business, and finance. So STEMBIF is what I call it. I don't know a ton about furnaces. I go downstairs, I take a look, don't know what the fuck I'm looking at, hammer YouTube. Within 3 videos, I have an idea of what's wrong. We call somebody. There's a number right on the furnace. Boom. They're in here. Very respectful guy. We got his number. We're good. Reasonable charge. I think AI is just a faster Google. And I was thinking about this with Emilia recently. We asked ourselves a question. Our parents, how old were they when Google was founded? I sent you an image of Google in 1998. It's like in a garage. Mm-hmm. And now it's in 2024 or 25, 2024. The image that I sent you, It's before and after. It's a transformation photo. And now it's this huge complex with solar panels on the roof and all kinds of stuff. And ChatGPT is something that we use at our company, not to do less, but to learn more. And I think ChatGPT is just a customized version of Google. I was on with someone recently. I was on a podcast. And the guy said something along the lines of, do you remember back in the day when if you wanted to learn about Egyptians, you used to have to go to the fucking library and find a book with the Dewey Decimal System on Egyptians?
The Dewey Decimal throwback.
Throwback to the Dewey Decimal System. You remember in middle school we had a little library in there?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The Dewey Decimal System, some guy named Dewey.
Remember book, what was it? You get to go buy books. Like the Scholastic book fair.
Goosebumps, baby.
Yeah, remember that? I would get like some erasers. I would get some... Yeah, I would get some erasers mostly. For some reason, I liked erasers.
I so deeply wish that we could go and talk to kids and just explain why.
Oh, they'd hate us for sure.
I got to find a way around that.
Wear a costume. You dress up as Elmo, you're in. Done. Done. Guaranteed.
Elmo
with
books.
Yeah, with books.
I was on with a young man named Christian yesterday. His mother saw me at Toastmasters and was blown away. She emails me, you got to talk to my son. This is actually a thing that's been happening over the last decade. I used to mentor a kid. He was into basketball. I helped him with basketball and his school. It was cool. This is way in the early days when I wasn't making any money. I actually made like $50 an hour doing that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'll play basketball for $50 an hour. Absolutely, right? That was back when I had a bunch of money in the bank account.
Are you technically professional? Maybe you've been paid to play.
I don't know. Fitness modeling, I remember my first paycheck. I was like, it's official, baby. Right. $500 for a photo shoot. Let's go. But anyways, so I was on with this man named Christian, and I had this moment of, he's 20 years old, and I don't want this to sound condescending. I just need to keep it real. It's very clear he doesn't know almost anything compared to me. Now, I also watched an episode 20 with me and you. This is from 7 years ago. And it's very clear that we know very little compared to what we know now. It's the accumulated compound effect of knowledge over time. Knowledge plus experience plus reflection. We underestimate the compound effect of knowledge so much. It's crazy. I wish we could talk to us 8 years ago. I wish we could talk to us 16 years ago. Kevin and I, every now and then, we'll go back to Facebook messages we sent. Because Facebook was around since basically 2005-ish is when colleges had it. And then after 2007, 2008 is when it started to get bigger. And then by 2010, it was pretty big for kids our age, millennials. And then eventually aunts, uncles, everybody got on there. It's so clear looking back at those messages. There was this girl I was dating and I looked back at the message threads. It's like, can you shut your fucking mouth?
You got to be in a really good place to do that. Like if you're in a bad place, do not go look at your old messages.
I wasn't disrespectful. It was just, she doesn't fucking care, man.
Yeah.
She doesn't give a shit about that. Just shut your fucking mouth and let her just come to you a little bit here. What are we doing here? So I was philosophizing all over because when I found personal development, I thought everyone wanted to know. And now I realize no one gives a shit. And if they do, they listen to the podcast. But at the end of the day, what's my point of all this? I know we're talking about AI. I have several different clients. Kev, several other clients. I coach Kev. You guys are just using AI constantly. ChatGPT is the one we use. And you guys are just asking it tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of questions. And quite frankly, as condescending as this is going to come off, I just have to have the courage to say it. It's very clear you guys are all thinking much more long-term than you're used to.
For sure.
Because ChatGPT, if you ask it the right questions, it can give you a long-term game plan. Like I just crunched the numbers. Kevin's going to save $80 a month with the research he just did for 36 months. That's $3,000. So you invested how much time?
About 20 minutes.
Okay, so he made $3,000, $2,880. $2,880, 80 times 36. That's 3 years. The lease that you got is 3 years. Mm-hmm. You just saved $2,880 in 20 minutes. If you could go make $2,880 an hour, as a matter of fact, let's actually do the hourly on that. So real quick, and this is actually how my brain thinks. $2,880 times 3, that's 60 minutes. So it was 20 minutes. It took Kevin 20 minutes to save $2,880 over the course of the next 3 years by all the research you just did. Mm-hmm. Okay. That means you made $8,640 an hour.
Ballin'.
That's a good use of your time. Here's what I would say. ChatGPT will help you make better chess moves. Chess is a good metaphor for life. There are good decisions and there are fucking terrible decisions. And there is everything in between. And there is a more optimal choice. And ChatGPT can help you make really good choices. Hello, NLU listener. Thank you, as always, for listening to Next Level University. Real quick, I just want to jump in and let you know about the Next Level Dreamliner. This is a journal that I use every single day. Achieve your dreams 90 days at a time. It breaks down your dreams into goals, milestones, and daily habits. We hope you enjoy it. The link will be in the show notes.
So I'll be very honest and transparent, and I don't know, we always try to do that. I did not intend on buying a new car. I saw that you were getting $7,500 off. There's a $7,500 incentive. That is a lot of fucking money. Mm-hmm. So I was like, interesting.
Is that government oriented too?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
think
U.S. government is trying to push electric.
Yeah, it's an EV incentive.
Yeah,
so I was like, all right,
environmentally friendly.
$7,500 off. Interesting. I already have a BMW, so I get another $1,000 off. Interesting. And when I started talking to them, they said, we have a $5,500 dealer incentive as well. And I said, is that on top? I went into ChatGPT and said, are these numbers real? Do they make sense? And what questions should I ask? Gave me a list. Cool. I messaged the person back and said, is that $5,500 incentive off of the manufacturer's suggested retail price, or is that included? They said off. Cool. I found a $65,000 car. That $65,000 just got knocked down to $60,000 because that $5,000 off. And there was another $8,500 off. So that $60,000 car is now $52,500. And they definitely overpaid me on my trade-in. I owed $33,000 on my trade-in. They didn't even say anything about it. They're like, don't worry about it. It's taken care of. So I got a $65,000 car for probably $50,000.
Less than that.
Yeah, probably
Less
48.
Yeah.
You know how much I paid for my previous car? $50,000. Do you know what my monthly payment was? $760. Do you know what my new monthly payment is? $599. I spent 3 hours in ChatGPT. Crunching the numbers, give me a checklist. What do I ask? I learned so much. I was super excited. I would have got raked over the coals if I didn't have that data.
This is why knowledge is power. You have the power. You went into that situation.
But I still had to do. I didn't want to.
I know. It's potential power.
I was
you
like,
went in with the knowledge and you had the certainty. Belief, I think, is just certainty.
Well, I literally said to the guy, I said, I'm not paying any more than $550 a month. And I got soft. I softened up. But when we got to 600, he's like, all right, why don't we meet in the middle, 675? I said, I'm telling you, I'm not paying any more than 600. I don't need it. Like, I have a car. I love my car. I don't want to get rid of it.
That's a good place to be in, baby. I don't need it.
But that was
I want it, but I don't need it.
That was based on ChatGPT saying, if they come at you with this, you should leave. If they come at you with this, this is your... And it was just a level of certainty. Why do we not like certain places, car dealerships being one? Because we don't know how they work. We don't know what the conversations are behind the scenes when they say, I got to go talk to my manager. And that helped. It helped me for sure.
So I coached several different people who work at dealerships. That's one of the best parts about coaching. You just get every cheat code in every industry. It's awesome.
For sure.
No one can fuck with you if you know more than they do.
That's facts.
It's awesome. Yeah, no one can fuck with me. It's like, listen, we were selling her Prius. Funniest shit ever. They come in, first of all, Facebook Marketplace. Priuses, she listed it. She got, within a week, everybody. We had 8 people, right? And I said, sweetheart, we're not car dealers. Let's get this done, right? If they need to go down, we're going to go down to 7. We're never going to go lower than 7. She's like, good. We get in the car, that you get there. This guy brings another guy who knows cars and Priuses. He's like, well, I don't know if you know about this fucking this. I said, listen, brother, let me save you some time. We have 6 other people this week. One of them's in our condo complex. We run 3 businesses between the 2 of us. Save yourself the breath. If you want the car, you can have it. $7,000 cash. Otherwise, get out.
Politely.
I was kinder than that,
but it politely fuck right off.
Yeah, he was trying to haggle, right? We look young. She's a girl. I don't know about cars, but I know business, motherfucker. Do not mess with me. Business. But that's the value. And again, I just think knowledge is power, because when you're smarter than other people, they can't mess with you. I look back to us back in those days, 7 years ago. Too dumb, too naive. We could never, dude, us back then, that level of consciousness could never have handled what we're doing now. You overpay, you underpay, you don't know how to lead people, team, finances. I have one client who has 7 properties. He's trying to buy his 8th. Shout out to you, brother. I know you're listening. And when you run the numbers, he's like, hey, can I just run the numbers by you? He's got a whole spreadsheet. Said, checks out. It's mathematically sound. Run it. It's a win-win-win. You can't even, worst case scenario, you come out on top. Yeah. Let's do it.
If you're not good at math,
certainty.
ChatGPT is great, but you got to be careful because sometimes it fucks it up bad. Like, there have been things I've put in there as like, I literally message and say, that's wrong. Try again. Like that's not the right answer. So if you're somebody who struggles with math, I'm telling you, ChatGPT will change your life. It's not going to save your life. It'll
Well, let me ask you this. So math, in my opinion, creates certainty because everything is a calculation.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to squat, you've been doing it since you were 16, you're not concerned about not getting the weight up. So 0 to 10, how certain are you
10.
You can do 225? Okay, 10.
10.
What if I feel that certain about a bunch of other things?
For sure.
And what if ChatGPT, with the right question and the right investment of research, could give everyone that level of certainty? And I just feel so, and even if it's not ChatGPT, get a coach or a mentor, someone who
whatever
knows their stuff. But
whatever it is.
I used to say this all the time, and I think it'll land different in this episode. I used to say, going into the world without education, without being educated, is a lot like playing chess against the greatest chess masters in the world when you don't even know what the pieces do. These business owners, these executives, they know what they're doing.
For sure.
That whole car dealership, I can take you behind the scenes and go business geek out here for a second of exactly what they were doing to you. It's all the cognitive biases stacked up.
This was the best one. I said, I will not go $1 over 600. He's like, all right, hold on, sign right here. I said, what am I signing? He said, if I can go up there, if I can go back there right now and I can come back with $600, you're good to go today. I said, brother, the car is full. I've already cleaned it. I already washed it. I'm ready to fucking go. I said, just sign your name so I can show them proof. And then right after he walked away, I was like, did I fuck up? ChatGPT, seriously, is a random signature a legal document, a law holding document? It said, no, this is, and I knew it was a tactic, but I wanted to make sure I wasn't signing up to get jeffed.
Oh, so they made you sign just a regular piece of paper?
Regular piece of paper, all it is
as a little proof of concept.
Proof of concept / a little buy-in.
Did you try to go up after that?
Nope.
Oh, nice.
He came back at 600.
Well, here's the one thing I want to share with everyone too, because everyone out there watching or listening.
Also, it's 1 p.m. You have
holy crap! I have to go.
Yeah.
Okay, last thing. Everyone out there watching or listening, at some point you're going to buy a car. That dealership needs customers. It needs to get rid of inventory, especially at the end of the month, especially during certain parts of the year. You have more leverage as a consumer than you think, but they want you to think that you don't. Always ask to get the price down. Always. At very least, the person who's willing to walk away always has the most leverage. And we can talk about this another time.
Well, the payment went from $775 a month to $600.
Yeah. And old Kevin would have paid $775.
I probably would have said, I don't know. Any way we can make that payment go up? I would have just kept talking. It's like, yeah, no, I could.
This is why we almost went out of business.
Yes. All right. AI can help you get to the next level. It's just something you got to be open to. I know it's weird. I know there's fear around it, but the more research you do, I think the better off you're going to be. You're going to raise your intelligence, raise the opportunity, raise the certainty, all of that stuff. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. Buy the Dreamliner if you haven't yet. And at Next Level You, we do not have fans. We have family. We will talk to you all tomorrow.
Talk to you soon. Next Level Nation.